I don't want to forget that. Okay.
Sylvia, what do you use to record?
You know, Zoom is just so easy and wonderful. So I just use Zoom, and I can record. I can choose to record right in the cloud, or I can choose to record on my computer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really easy. And, you know, I do pay for it because I've been doing these classes. So I started, you know, paying for it a long time ago. And so I can record on the cloud and as long as I want and have as many people as I want. If you get the free version and you have more than 2 people, if it's, you know, you plus 2 other people or more, then you can only be in a meeting for like 45 minutes or something like that. And it limits you to how much you can record. But Zoom is what I use mostly, especially when I'm recording meetings. So, yeah. Okay, so a couple housekeeping things. Let's see. I did it was a couple of weeks ago, and I was in Jonathan Dupree's class doing Real Estate 101, but I had 𝗀𝗃𝗄𝗃 come on. And if you go to my YouTube channel, Forward Thinking Real Estate, I'm going to put it in the chat right now in case some of you don't know about it. You can subscribe to this channel. That's where all the videos that I create from our meetings, or if I'm just in the mood to do a video, this is where you'll see it. So I just put that link in the chat. Anyway, what I did here is I did record 𝗀𝗃𝗄𝗃 talking about referrals for a living. That was a really good class that she did in Real Estate 101 a couple weeks ago. And then we did a follow-up Zoom meeting so she could actually teach us more about what she does with send-out cards. And I was so inspired, I joined Send-Out Cards, and I'm actually an affiliate now, so whatever. But anyway, so it's really cool. So I just want to point that out. A couple other things. I do have a book club. It's called the Go-Getter Book Club, and you can find it in Workplace. And right now we're reading the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents, and you can find the playlists for everything, all the books.
You know, get to the root of it and just deal with it. Don't be.
So you can find the playlist of all our book talk masterminds in there, or you can join our masterminds Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And what else did I want to tell you? I think that was it for housekeeping items. Okay, so I did a quick poll. I was like, oh, I wonder what people want to learn today. Of course, it's always kvCore. You always want to learn kvCore. And and James is joining us too. So what you guys said that you wanted to talk mostly about. You wanted to talk mostly about campaigns. So James, since you're here too, what we'll do is I will talk a little bit about campaigns and maybe even how to build a campaign. And you know, when you have questions, I just want you to unmute yourself or say it in the chat. And, you know, James, help me, you know, answer questions and say it in the chat. And then James, whenever you want to hop on and add something to what I'm talking about, or even correct me or enhance, please do that. And then, you know, I'll let you kind of fill us in too. There's a couple new things that are happening too with kvCore, but I want to focus right now on the campaigns because you asked for that. And at the end, we can also update you on a couple new features that have already come out with kvCore, and maybe do a Q&A too on any kvCore related thing, or really any EXP related thing. Okay, does that sound good? Does that sound good to you, James? Okay, fantastic. So first things first, you know, when I asked what did you guys want to learn tonight, some people did say, I want to know what to do with squeeze pages. So I'm not going to talk about that tonight, but I just want to refer you to my YouTube channel. I've got lots of videos on how to create squeeze pages and even give you ideas where to post them. I'm getting more and more and more messages on my Facebook page from agents that I haven't really interacted with before but are in EXP, thanking me for the videos and telling me they're getting leads. And I'm like, great, how are you getting the leads? Like, what videos are helping you the most? And so a lot of them say it's the 5 ways to make kvCore your new best friend, and also how to generate seller leads with kvCore and our PR reports. So those are the couple of videos that people told me they like the best, that's helping them the most. So there you go. Okay. Campaigns. So first things first, I'm in my kvCore dashboard. Okay, so this is what, yours looks the same. And then I'm gonna go here to Marketing Autopilot. So, and I do some setups for agents, and I know James helps people set up their kvCore as well. And it's just, it's so simple to do a few things. I even had agents offer to pay me to do this one thing I'm going to show you. And I'm just like, you're not even going to pay me for that. Just give me your username and password, and I'm going to do this for you like super quick. But really, you can do it by yourself. It's just turning on a couple campaigns. So anyway, so here in your Marketing Autopilot, so this is a column, a black column that has kind of all the areas of kvCore that you need. We're going to go to Marketing Autopilot, and here it says Start a Campaign. Now, I don't like the way this is worded. I wish it didn't say Start a Campaign. I just wish it said Smart Campaigns, and then I clicked on it and go into it, because you're not starting a campaign. Okay, you're just going into the campaign section. Okay, so, but it's worded how it's worded, so I'm just gonna go with it. So I've got 2 libraries here. I've got the kvCore library, and I've got my library. The kvCore library is campaigns that I don't have access to yet necessarily. And then I've got my library. Some of these are campaigns I've created. Some of them are campaigns I'm working on. Some of them are campaigns I added from the kvCore library. So what you're going to do is you're going to simply go to kvCore library, and you are going to make sure that your campaigns are turned on. And there's only 2 I want you to focus on initially. If you're brand new to kvCore, or you haven't done anything with your kvCore yet, just make sure your campaigns are turned on. Okay? And there's 2 that I want to show you. The first one, it's really these 2: Conversion Default Seller and Conversion Default Buyer. They're just basic, non-aggressive campaigns that you can start with, that will just make sure they're doing something with your leads until you figure it out. Okay, so all you have to do is you click on Add to My Library. That's all you have to do. And then the next thing you have to do, and then let's see, I have too many here. Oh, here it is. It's up here. It's up here. So added it here, right here, Conversion Default Seller. And then what I have to do is I have to activate it. And I say yes. And then ta-da, you have a campaign that's turned on. You're going to do that for Default Seller and Default Buyer. Now, I'm actually going to delete this one because I have 2. I just wanted to show you how to do that. So I'm deleting that one. So somebody's chatting. Yes.
Those have been deleted from the library, dear.
When?
If they were gone a while ago. Anybody that's new that didn't convert over from conversion will not see those.
Interesting, because that's not true. That can't be true, because I do a lot of, I do all these setups, but I do all.
It depends on when they join the company, but the conversion seller and those 2 conversion library entries or whatever, campaigns have been deleted off the system. So if somebody's new, they will not see those because they did not integrate right with convert with kvCore.
Well, that
So
is so because I've done like 40 different setups with many brand new agents, and they all have the same library I do. So
I ran that problem about 2 months ago where they removed they've been removing them, but they don't integrate properly with kvCore. That's why they gave the other two. But I was told from tech that if you see those two, to take them out of your drip campaigns.
So what are they replacing them with?
There's the first-time buyer, the first-time seller that's actually designed for kvCore.
Okay, because I've done the same thing and it seems to be working fine.
Yeah.
And I just joined a month ago. So
Okay.
I haven't experienced what James is talking about actually myself either. So that surprises me, James. So I'll continue to look into it and I'll contact support. But from the setups I've been doing, and I do probably 3 or 4 a week with new agents, the campaign, everybody has the same campaigns I do. So if you come across,
it's possible that now correction, you know, the last one I did was probably 2.5 months ago when I was doing a team.
Yeah.
And nobody get rid of them. Now they may have fixed them and put them back. I don't know. But I was
maybe it's like that for teams, but for the individual agents, so far so good.
Okay, I've had them both ways. But anyway, if you're doing it that way and it's working out, I'll just shut up.
It's been working out. It's been working out. So what? Because what you just told me, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't surprise me that some people don't have them. Okay. So Harvey wanted me to repeat how to get into this. So again, here I am. I've logged into my kvCore. Ta-da! Here I am. And I'm going to go to Marketing Autopilot here, that's on the left-hand side. Now, you might not see it because it's hiding. So then I gotta click on Expand to see it. All right, so then I'm gonna click on Marketing Autopilot. And then I'm gonna click on Start a Campaign. Okay, and then once I'm there, I have the kvCore library and I have my library. What I have to do, again, is go to the drop-down menu, and then I choose the ones that I want. I would just start with a default buyer and a default seller campaign to start, just a simple one, and then click Add to my library and then activate it. Okay? So you can watch the video replay if you get lost. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to show you how easy it is to create your own campaign or modify one. So the first thing I want to find out, and please put in the chat, is how many people have, just chat it, send it in the chat. How many people have made sure that their campaigns are turned on, and they have a couple campaigns, one for a buyer and one for a seller, that's at least turned on? And if you don't, tell me too. Yay, okay. Okay, yes, Yesenia, I hope I said your name right. Yesenia Gonzalez has not yet. Okay, that's fine, you can do it after this. Not sure, Harvey? Well, after the meeting, you can double check. And Lee Sanderson's gonna check his out. Elaine's gonna check hers out and make sure she hasn't done it yet. All right, so a couple of you haven't done it. So that's step number one is, okay. Is it Dion or Diane? Hasn't yet. Waiting for kvCore to get set up for you. So, okay. Well, now you'll know. Diane. Okay, thank you. So, great. So now you'll know how to do it. All right, so that's step one. So again, super simple, and I believe in you. You can do it. So the reason I choose these, I'll show you. The reason I choose this basic campaign, and I can search for it. Watch, I'll just go default. So the reason I start with this basic campaign is because it's very non-aggressive. Because you could do a more aggressive campaign that sends a lot more emails and gives you a lot more tasks to call or do something. But I think to start, so that the system's not doing too much without you knowing it, because that can feel uncomfortable, start with a small one and then start using it and practicing with it. Somebody's chatting with me. Yeah, Jane, they're there. So I'm glad you learned something. If they're not, tell me, okay? So if anybody's experienced what James has found, I would like to know that. And I would like to find out if it's because it's a team platform that he was working on versus the individual agent. I have a feeling that might be it. So, okay, so looking at these campaigns, let's just look at them really quick. Somebody's chatting. Okay, good. Wendy has them. Polly, I'll give you one. I'm going to give you some campaigns tonight. Okay, good, Harvey. I'm glad you found them. So add them to your library and activate them, and you'll be good to go. So let's look at this campaign. This is a conversion default seller campaign. It's just got a few touches, 7 touches, and I can click on Edit here, and then I can click on View the Template. So I can see everything it says. It's very simple. Did you get the CMA I sent you? What'd you think of the valuation of your home? Super simple. And from here, I can actually modify this now. If I don't want it to wait for 5 days and I want to send it in 1 day, then I can modify that right here, right now, and update it. Okay? That's one thing. And we'll get more into that in a minute. So anyway, so you can just look at each template and see what the heck it's saying. Okay? But what if you wanted to modify this and change it? So let me show you a super simple way to do it. Do I have a next door seller campaign? I do. we're going to create a new campaign. Okay, so so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add this default seller campaign again to my library again. All right. And actually, no, I'm not going to do it that way. Sorry. I'm trying to think about how you guys need to know how to do this. So just go with it for a minute. You know, I kind of last minute decided what we were going to do, and that was bad. So just hold, please. I remember how I want to show you to do this. All right. So what we're going to do is, let's say you've downloaded the kvCore, the conversion default seller campaign as an example. And somebody's chatting with me. Yes. That's a great idea. So Jane, can you hold that thought for a minute? Jeff doesn't have any campaigns. And Jeff is somebody that has no campaigns in his system campaign kvCore library. That's interesting. So, you know, again, I'm not surprised. You guys, kvCore is awesome for generating leads. I love it for generating leads. James uses it as a CRM too. He likes it. I don't like it as a CRM yet. I'm still not convinced. I'm not ready to fully give over my CRM life to kvCore, because I feel like there's too many inconsistencies still. So, all right. So anyway, let's say we're going to create a brand new seller campaign. Let's say I post a Google ad. Okay, let's pretend I post a Google ad. And I want to specifically talk to those seller possibilities, those seller leads that have clicked on a Google ad where I offered a free instant home value. Let's just pretend, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find my basic default seller campaign, and I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to make a copy of it, okay? So somebody's chatting with me. Yeah, Polly, I'm waiting to be convinced too. I mean, I see some great things with the CRM. So like, and I'm going to have James at the end talk about this, not at the end, but at the second part of this, after we talk more about campaigns. I'm going to have him talk about, you know, he can answer your questions about using it as CRM, because he's fully committed to it as a CRM, and I'm not yet. Okay, and yeah. So yeah, Joan, me too. I use Realty Juggler as a CRM. And James, just so you guys know, James used to use Realty Juggler too. So anyway, okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, here's my default seller campaign that I use for my basic seller leads. And I'm going to now make a copy of this because I want to make a new campaign specifically for those leads that come from a Google ad, let's pretend. All right, so I'm going to clone it. And right now, I'm not going to do anything here, okay? I'm not going to do anything right now because it's not going to make any sense anyway. And I'm just going to change the name. And I'm going to say Google Seller, okay? Google Seller campaign. And I'm going to leave everything else the way it is, and I'm just going to clone it because I just needed to rename it. Okay, so now I'm in my renamed new campaign, and now I'm going to start editing it. Okay, so I'm just going to be using the skeleton of this campaign as my foundation. Somebody's chatting with me. Okay, so all I did, Harvey, was here where it says Google, where it says clone. I clicked on clone, and then I just scrolled through and I just renamed it Google Seller Campaign, and that was it. And now I have a new campaign right here. So just let me show you so I can prove it to you. I'm going to just type into the library seller so we can see all my seller campaigns. And maybe I have too many seller campaigns. So there's my Google Seller campaign right there. And there's my default seller campaign. So that's the one I cloned, and I renamed it this, okay? So Harvey, you're definitely gonna be one that's gonna go back and watch this video when I post it, okay? All right. So now what I wanna do is I want to edit or modify this campaign. And the first thing that I want to do is I want to change how this campaign behaves, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Edit, and what I'm going to be doing is when I post a squeeze page, and I'm going to show you how to do this next. I'm going to be posting a squeeze page, and I'm going to give it a hashtag of Google Seller, okay? I am going to create a squeeze page after this I'm going to devote to my Google business page that I'm going to be posting on my business page called Google Seller. And when I'm talking about business page, I'm talking about my Google business page. I'm going to show that to you too, because you all need to have one of those. All right? So that's when it's moved to this hashtag, that's when this is going to play. Okay? It's guided, it's geared towards the seller, and then I'm going to just give the description. Sorry, I don't want to do all caps. Activated when lead comes in from squeeze page with Google Seller hashtag. Okay? So that's my description. And now this, you guys, I have messed with campaigns so many times, so I just want you to trust me when I'm telling you how to do this, because this is the way it works. All right? Because it's like you do have to be a rocket scientist to get campaigns to work in kvCore. kvCore is not a turnkey program. I wish it were. It's not. But what's great about it is it gives us so many customization abilities, so we're not locked in. And so the attitude we have to have with kvCore, because it's new and evolving, is that kvCore can be whatever we want it to be if we continue to offer feedback and let kvCore support know what we want and what it's doing wrong and document things. And so that's how we get results. So we have to embrace that we're in working with a new product, that we have an opportunity to mold ourselves the way that we want it. So so that's the good news. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say I want this to always run. Yes, I want it to always run if it's got the Google Seller hashtag. Okay, so if there's more, wait, there's more. Okay, so I'm going to hit next. And it's going to start when the Google Seller tag is added. And I got the description. It's always going to run in these cases. And it runs for agents. That's not what I want. I'm going to hit back. Oh, yes, it does run for agents. Sorry. Next. Sorry. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. It's designed for seller. Sorry. It runs for agents, not a team. That's what that's referring to. So those of us that don't have the team kvCore platform, or just individual agents, just never mind that. Okay. So that's part one of what we have to do. But before we forget, we have to do something else that's very, very important. And it's stupid, but we have to do it. Okay? And what we have to do is we have to go back to our conversion default buyer seller campaign, the original one. Okay? That's what we just have to do. We're going to embrace that and accept it. What we have to do is we have to edit this campaign, because what we don't want is we don't want this campaign to run at the same time that our new Google Seller campaign runs. We don't want both campaigns to run at the same time, okay? So even though on this campaign it says don't always run, it's still gonna run unless we do this one little thing. Okay, we're gonna hit edit, and we're gonna add a trigger. So this is where the campaign logic gets really weird. So again, we're at our original default seller campaign, and we do not want this seller campaign to run when we're running our Google Seller campaign to talk to our Google leads, okay? Now, I'm just talking Google as a source. Maybe you have in the next door as a source. Maybe you have Facebook as a source, whatever. I'm giving you the source that we're talking about. So in this case, it's Google. So I'm gonna add a trigger that this campaign can run when the hashtag is not Google Seller. Gotta do it again. All right. So this campaign will run as long as Google Seller is not a hashtag. Okay? And then I just have to go through here and I have to update it. So that's the stupid thing that you have to do to make sure your campaigns are working correctly when you're modifying your own campaigns. All right, so we've done that. Now let's go ahead and go back to our new campaign that we're modifying, and we're gonna work on it some more.
So they can't run simultaneously.
You don't want them to, because they can run simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah, so the only way you can prevent that is to do what I just did.
Okay, but now if you have a Google and then you have a Facebook, or you have this, that, and the other, you want similar campaigns, but you want to identify them separately, do you have to go through the same step each time?
Yep. So let me show you how irritating this is. So I have a lot for buyer campaigns. I'm just being real.
That's why I love you, Sylvia.
So irritating. So look at this. So this is my Facebook buyer campaign. Oh, and it just has that one. So, wait, where is it? Oh, sorry. That's not the one I meant. Hang on. Okay. So look at this one, this default buyer. I just want to show you how silly it is. So I have to do it, you know. So So I have all these hashtag is not seller share, hashtag is not next door buyer, hashtag is not Facebook buyer, hashtag is not 10 days. So if this campaign can run if these hashtags are not present. So yes, you have to do it every time you create a new campaign that's for a seller or a buyer that you don't want it to also run simultaneously. Yes, that's the truth. Okay. Otherwise, you're gonna have simultaneous. Okay. All right. So going back, somebody has a question. Is there a way to make them prettier? Like adding graphics, links, maybe in newsletters? Okay.
No, there isn't.
There kind of is. But I have, James,
I'm dying.
there's a video I did called how to blog and send mass email with kvCore. And towards the end of that, I show you how to make a prettier one. So honestly, think about the only time you really, I think, need to send a pretty email is like that once a month newsletter type. Because really people are reading their emails on their phone and they just need to see quick text, just a couple sentences, and that's all they need to see. And so you want, your campaign content to be short and sweet, really, for the most part. However, it just depends on the type of client. They might want more information. I don't know. I don't know that this is an exact science. James says he develops all his drip campaigns in Word so he can see the thread and use pieces as he develops others. So he's a better person than I am. I'll show you that. I'm going to show the agent attraction one and how I do it. That's similar to what James is doing, because I do it in my notes, in my Mac here. So
Sylvia,
yes.
not better, just do it differently. That's one of the things that's great about this software, as you were saying earlier, is that you can kind of, if you have a way, like if you're coming from like a different CRM or different program, and you have a way that you're used to, you can kind of convert those ways into your way of doing it here. I just do all mine on Microsoft Word so I can see the process and the steps.
Yeah.
I take that Word document with the 2 or 3 pages. I have the check boxes to know whether it's an always run or it's this, and so I can write this stuff down.
Gotcha.
So I go do another one, take that document, switch it out. I have a tabled sheet that I work it out. That's how I do mine. It's just a different way to do it.
So I've got that similar thing. So here's in my notes. In my notes on my Mac, I have basically what the campaign looks like, and what the first email is, because really for my next door seller, I only change the first email. And you guys, it says my internet connection's unstable. Can you guys all see and hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay.
So could you set up a campaign though, just for like a newsletter in between the other emails that they get?
Yeah, I'll show you one. All right. Okay, Maria, sounds good. Probably our emails and kvCore messages show like promotions. No. But I'll show you kind of. Okay, kind of. I think
you know what I'm saying. You know how, like, if you do it in MailChimp, if you're a Gmailer, it goes into promotions.
Yeah.
But if there's some programs that don't, it shows as your individual IP address.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like if for somehow your Gmail knows that this is a.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Right.
know.
You don't know? Okay, that's a good question then to ask kvCore, I guess.
Will they know? I don't know. They make it up as they're going along. Are you serious? We have to tell them. It's like honestly, you guys know I'm right? I mean, when they're talking about their engineers for kvCore, well, you guys, we're the engineers, but it is an opportunity. We're the ones testing this stuff. So when things don't work or they don't work the way they think, then we need to tell them. James, what the question was is, like, if I send a mass email, a scheduled mass email through kvCore, will it be treated like a promotion? Like, you know how in your Gmail account, if you've categorized your Gmail account like I have, and let me show, I think this is going to help you to understand what we're talking about here, James.
The way it was explained to me is that when you send them out through the system, they don't go out necessarily in a group bundle. They go out one at a time per CRM.
Yeah.
So if I line up, say, my family and friends, and I've got 100 emails, they're actually sent out to kvCore, and kvCore sends them out as one email at a time. So you're not going to get a bunch of CCs and all these bundles of emails. So they should not be, it doesn't mean they're not going to be picked up like in a spam folder, but they're not going to be out in a bundle of 200 or 300 emails all at once. No.
Right. So, it's kind of going to depend. So this is what, she's talking about. So I have my email set up the same way.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is, on your phone, if they have like an iPhone, they're just going to get, most people are going to get their email and see their email come through on their iPhone or whatever, and it's going to just show them all the emails. It's not till they get in the system like this where they have to kind of go see what's new. There was something else I was going to say about that. Oh, I was going to say 𝗫𝗄𝗅 does it the same way, and that's how they kind of prevent spam complaints, is by sending them kind of in little groups at a time. Is there a place where you can see what's being sent? No, that's what sucks about it. As Wendy's asking, is there a place where you can see what's being sent to each person in kvCore like a sent folder? And that's one of the issues that's happening. Hopefully that's coming. Is that coming, James?
I'm looking right now. I actually saw something on the dashboard, but I'm just trying to see if it...
Well, here under Business Analytics, there is a part that says it's coming soon.
Well, you can see on dashboards now where it goes into, under your activity calls, it will say new leads, new text, new emails.
Yeah.
It does have, looks like inbound.
So here, this is
I
something.
don't see outbound. The only way I see outbound is on the individual CRM file.
Stupid. Here's what else is stupid about kvCore is when you set up a campaign, and I'll go over this in a minute. When you set up a campaign and you have any emails or tasks or anything that's supposed to happen on the same day or at day 0, you can't see it. You can't see that in that kvCore lead. You can only see whatever's going to happen in the next day or in one day. So anyway, these are things that are coming soon. Emails click through, emails opened. So,
hey Sylvia, quick question. Are you guys talking about like what kvCore sends them as far as email, like what their verbiage is? Is that what you're talking about?
To see everything that's going out. So
yeah, you can.
Really?
I do it all the time because I want to see what kvCore is talking on my behalf. If you go to, hold on a second. If you go into your Smart CRM under the dashboard tab, go there, and then like see which one of your leads has like, I don't know, like 3 emails next to them. Is there anything that has?
What do you mean 3 emails next?
Like, do you see the little blue envelope?
Yes.
Do you see a number next to it?
Oh, I see.
Right? Any one of them? Like pick one that has like a lot, I guess.
Oh, I'm on filtered. Sorry, hang on.
It's okay.
So, okay, there's one that has 2. Is that
Okay,
good?
so click on the actual name to the left, like their actual name.
Mhm.
And then if you go down, like you see how it says, it'll say like what was sent. You can click on the email. Schedule a
Yes.
quick consultation, like view email. See that view email thing?
Yes.
If you click on view email, that's what they sent them.
I know, but where you can see them all at once.
Oh,
like-
all at once. Yeah, you have to do individual. Yeah.
So here I'm on real. So this is what I cannot let go of yet, James. I can't let go of this yet. So I can click on Realty Juggler, look at mail, view all mail, and I can see everything that's getting ready, that's ready to go.
That is true. That is missing from the system. Yeah.
It's
And let me ask you another question, because I'm seeing pending here, pending. So if somebody opens up an email, will it say open over there?
so that I can see all the ones. So here's all the ones that are sent.
Sent and read.
In red.
Perfect.
I know. And then I can also
Perfect.
see, like I can see my open rate. So let's see, I have to say, what's my open rate in March? Oh, okay, it's 36%. What was it in February? Okay, 43%. Okay, what was I setting there? Why was it so much better? You know, what was it in May? 49%. Well, that's pretty great. So so they don't have this in kvCore yet.
I know they're working on it. I remember asking that question before, and they say they're working on it, but it sounds like they're having to work on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So
We were supposed to have an update like 2 weeks ago, and I don't know that happened. So that may be coming. Some other things came up. I know they had a problem again with the phone app was crashing, and some of the things that happened where I think they had to focus their attention away from. I have not seen
Chevy minivan, DC plate number.
okay. Yes. So really quick to answer Jane's question. She was so one thing about that, you can't, there's not an email like interface inside Realty Juggler. Like it comes directly to your Gmail. So I sync it, and so my calendar and everything's synced with my Gmail. But as far as getting responses, when I get a response, it's all in my Gmail account.
So Sylvia, so what I'm asking though is like, on kvCore, right, you'll get an email that says, and you'll have the response from the person that got the campaign email.
Yes.
They'll reply directly and then you get it. But if you click reply to that email, it goes to that random email box that they don't see it. You actually have to go into kvCore, find it, and start like a new email conversation within kvCore, which is really cumbersome.
So honestly, I don't even do it like that in kvCore because I have chosen not to do it like that. I'm sorry. Somebody's talking. So what I do is when I get email replies, it comes right to my Gmail account. So
Brittington's missing. Samara, I need you to trace his location.
How do you do that though? Because I get people like, they'll say like, oh, did you actually list your,
oh, sorry.
and then I click reply to that email in my Gmail and it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to like a random email box.
What?
I was told by kvCore support that when you get it in your Gmail email account, you can't hit reply and actually have it go to the sender. That you actually have to go back into kvCore and then find the sender and then respond to them from there.
That's what I was told as well.
Right?
Yes,
It's crazy. And that is very, very, very inconvenient.
So that's not how it actually worked for me.
Huh.
I will tell you. So this is this is an email. This one that came from a kvCore campaign. Okay, and it said about the home. You clicked on Facebook, my Facebook buyer campaign, and this is the email that got sent to them from me. And she replied back with her email address. Yes, I loved it. I live in Woodland. I want to sell my house and purchase that one definitely. So So, and then I just hit reply, you know, and I'm talking right to her. We had a
So
conversation.
mine doesn't actually, when I get that through my Gmail,
Yeah.
I don't actually, so you see how you have Cindy S. Kemp up there? I don't have that. I have like a weird, it's a kvCore like response email. And when I hit reply, it goes nowhere.
Is it because you have your Gmail synced in kvCore? Your Google account synced?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't.
Why would you not have, how does that work if you don't have it?
Because I thought it has to sync so it knows how to send and
Yeah.
pull everything back in.
I'm not going to mess with that. 'Cause I don't want to see all my effing emails from everybody in the dashboard.
Hey, Sylvia,
Yes.
I was ask Jane. Jane, how long have you been with the company? Then? When did you start with KV? When did you start with EXP?
It's been just a little over a year.
Okay. We might be also dealing with the fact that I think that when Sylvia and I came in, we had the Gmail suite, and people that came in about a year ago don't get that anymore.
But I don't use the Gmail suite, James.
I know, but it's handled differently because you're not forwarding. We actually have a separate email. I'm not sure if it's really related to, but I know that when you start now, you don't get the Gmail suite. You have to forward to something that's just a little bit different configuration.
It's not
Yeah,
to do with that,
So
though,
what was happening was I had no idea. I was getting email responses from people from my campaigns, and I would hit reply, and I would reply, and it actually didn't go to them. And because when I looked in my sent folder, because I would say like, okay, so what's your price range or whatever, and I'd get no response. So I'd look in my sent folder and I'd see where I sent it, and where I was sending it was some, you know, like unmanned. It was just this like a bunch of letters and numbers and whatever. And so I thought, okay, I don't think that I'm actually responding to the person that responded to me. And then I contacted kvCore support, and they said you can't do it directly from your Gmail. You actually have to go into kvCore and find the email chain for that particular person, and then create a new email within kvCore and then send it. You know how when you click on a contact and then it brings up the little like drop down, you can click email? That's what you have to do. You can't just reply.
I don't have to, because see, I don't connect it. I'm not getting involved with that. Nightmare.
Yeah, I don't run into that problem because I use it for everything anyway. So that's what I'm doing no matter what. So it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, see, James is committed. He's a committed man.
The only thing that I don't like about it with the email system, which is coming, by the way, is the ability to link a file into the email. That is coming here soon. So if you're in kvCore and you want to send out an email and attach a PDF to it, you're going to have that ability here really quick, pretty soon here, next week or two, I imagine. I understand.
So I'm going to tell Elaine, Harvey said, thank God. Join my Realty Jugglers CRM users group in Workplace. And then at the pinned post, you will see a link that you don't download. You don't have to download Realty Juggler. It's a web-based system, but you can get a 90-day free trial if that is something that you are interested in trying. Yep, I have a Realty Juggler CRM users group in Workplace. Yep. Okay, I still like Realty Juggler. All right. So anyway.
So how would we disconnect our Gmail? If some of us have already set it up so that our Gmail is connected, how would we disconnect it? So that
I don't know. I did it because I was connected, and I was like, and then all of a sudden all my email was in here, and I'm like, oh God, no, I just want to see my leads, you know. And so I don't remember how I did it, but I did it. You might just have to mention it.
If you go to your dashboard page up on the top, or on the where the mail envelope is at, if you hit the envelope and down the bottom it says Google Settings, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And there you can sync or unsync. It says Google settings on there.
Oh, is it up here?
Yeah.
So if you unsync it, then you don't get all the emails from that account,
Well,
correct?
yeah, but so there's a problem with that too, guys, because if you unsync it, you also when I had a couple issues with the kvCore contacts, and mine's off right now because it was doubling my contacts, and but if you take it off by accident, I was having an issue too where somebody sent something to me on kvCore replying to an ad that I placed. I wasn't seeing it on the system because I took the sync out. So there's pros and cons to both, unfortunately. So I think with Jane, what we need to do, Jane, is take a look at your setup on your actual profile or in your system.
Okay.
And see something in there that we can tweak or fix, or there's something that's ticked when it shouldn't be.
Yeah, because I just went while you were telling me that, James, and I just went and looked, and I'm not actually connected to my Gmail. When I do it in the drop down, it's connected Gmail. So
that's your problem, because it did the same thing to me. So I would get responses back and forth, and it wouldn't wind up in the system. Now, I'm a system guy. I do everything from the system, with the exception when I got to send a file out. Okay, so I have to have my own idea. But to me, I run my entire day on that system. I don't have to bounce between 4 or 5 softwares. I did that when I had Realty Juggler, Sync, and Conversion, and 15 other things, and email softwares, and Outlooks, and Gmails, and calendars. I don't do all that. I do one software. I do my kvCore, my Trello, and my Workplace. That's all. That's what I have running all day long. That's it.
Wow.
So
we all need to be like James.
guys,
Let's figure that out.
it's not perfect, but it's for what I lose in what I was getting, maybe like Realty Juggler, I gain tenfold in speed and time management. So I may miss a couple of small things, and that was my decision. And for me, it works. You know.
And for me, I can't make it work yet because I am just too attached to be able to see who I sent email to, who read it, and just
That's coming. They're saying that's coming, though, so that might be the thing that trips it for you, Sylvia.
You know what? I'm glad it's coming. I'm just not ready to fully commit to it yet. So,
yeah.
You know, to me, again, I love kvCore I get leads all day long. I cannot keep up with them. It's fantastic. But I'm not going to use it as full CRM yet. Okay. So Wendy had a question. Where do we go to confirm this once we select dashboard? Confirm what, Wendy? So I don't know what you meant. All right. So let's go back and finish what we were talking about here. Through it. If we are synced, where do we go to confirm this once we select dashboard? If you're synced in our email, what do you want to confirm?
It's the first envelope next to quick actions. That's what James was telling us. It was
Yeah, she's looking for what I was looking for, which is how do you know if your Gmail is synced? So
mine's still not.
Dashboard. Look up at the top, and there's the quick actions blue box.
Right, and next to the right of it.
Envelope.
To the right of it. The very first envelope to the right of it. Go up, up, up. Go to the quick action. Go to that one. See, that one tells you if you're synced or not. See, and it's just telling you to connect to one of those 2 accounts.
Oh, is that what, Wendy? Is that what you're asking? Did Elaine answer your question? Okay, good. All right, good job, Elaine.
You're welcome.
All right. So okay, yes. Okay, so where was I? All right. kvCore is going to be so mad at me because they're like, that's Sylvia Dana. She doesn't like kvCore. I do. I love kvCore. I just don't want to use it as a CRM. Okay. That James gets to do that. Okay. All right. So.
James, you and I need to talk.
Yeah, he's got it down.
I'm in my office today.
So after, there's a, Polly, I don't know if you know, there's a, I had James on a couple months ago, and we did how to use kvCore as a CRM. And, you know, there's a video, and we talk, you know, a lot about it, and he talks a lot about how he uses it as CRM and different, a lot of little techniques and little things that we didn't know that we could do. That's really, really cool. But, you know, and that it's enticing, you know, like, okay, I would love to just be on all one, but there's so many, for me, just so many things that Realty Juggler can do that I just am not ready to let it go. So anyway, okay. It's, you know, it's each his own. We all do our own things that we like. Okay, so back to where my Google thingy is. Where is it? I want to finish this part. So let's pretend everything is fine with, you know, with this campaign. But what's not fine is we want to have one email that kind of talks to this person, acknowledging that they found us on Google, me on Google, okay? And so that's what I'm going to do. So what I want to do is I want to add an action. I'm going to add an email, and I need to find a template, but I haven't made a template yet. So now I'm going to show you how you very easily can make a template. So I'm going to go back here to templates, and I am going to find my next door seller intro email. Okay, and I'm going to clone it. So I'm going to choose an email I've already made, and I'm going to clone it. All right, and I am going to, see it says clone email template, and I am going to name it Google Seller. And I would say about the home value requested on Google. Look at that. So this is just what I created before. I just created a new email. And now I'm going to leave this. So you guys, this is where it says where you can choose what's called a merge tag. And where you find that is this little star thing here. Insert merge tag, and you can choose. So I'm talking to the lead, you know, their first name, and that's what I want to say. So I just enter that in, and then it creates this merge tag to me. So when this gets sent out to somebody, it's going to have their first name in here, as long as I have that information in the lead. All right. And most people, what's kind of cool is most people that come in from Google or Facebook, because that's how kvCore asks people to register, is they'll come in with their email and their phone number, because their email and phone number is typically in their Google account or in their Facebook account. So that's pretty nice. So I'm just gonna say, I noticed you requested your home valuation estimate from my link on Google. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right, clone template.
Sylvia?
Yeah.
When you put that first name in there, and these people are coming through your website, your kvCore website, it doesn't allow them to put in their first and last names. It only gives the choice of the phone number and the email address. So what happens when you're sending out, you don't know that person? So what does it do?
So most people are going to register with their Facebook or their Google account, or their, you know, so you will get their first and last name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the validation thing.
Yep, but if they do just enter in with their email, it's probably going to call them by their email as their first name. What were you going to say, James?
I said a lot of times Facebook will provide it too, or I'll go through a validation. Real quick too, this past weekend, or last week sometime, whatever it was for the holiday, they did add the new merge tags for the social medias as well. So if you're going to do a Facebook ad, you can actually go back in and put your Facebook merge tag on the bottom. So if you created any, there's a new one. Let's see, there's
okay, let's go find out what you're talking about. So I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, if you go back up there and go like create a new one, to the merge tag, I'll put a star, right? You know where it's at. If you hit like see, there you get right there. Go to lead,
Yeah.
Go to lead. I'm sorry, go to agent. I'm sorry, wrong one. Wrong person. Now you've got like your YouTube, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, and the Facebook. Those are all new.
Oh, nice. So I can, make sure you like me on Facebook kind of thing?
Well, what it'll do is if you have obviously like a Facebook business page,
Mm-hmm.
and you're putting an ad out there, you can actually go back and put your other links into it, like your Instagram link and stuff, 𝗙𝗶𝗁𝗀, your signature. You can put your signature, see our other ads on LinkedIn and put it'll drop those in there if you have them in your profile.
Okay, I'm gonna see. Let's see what this looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a nice way to kind of cross over your platforms a little bit.
Okay.
So if you have a YouTube channels or whatever else and everything, as long as your profile is completely full, you can utilize all those merge tabs as an additional way to get people to flow through your media.
I like it.
Yeah.
So I made that a PS, as a PS. All right, and now I'm just gonna update the template. Now what I could do is I could have added a whole new template and created a whole new template. I could create an SMS text template, a new email template. I could even do a task template like call this person or do this, mail this flyer, whatever I want to do. And then webhooks. Well, that's it for another day. That's a whole different thing. So
it's 2 days.
yeah, it's many days. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to back to campaign library. And I'm going to go back to my Google campaign here. Oops. And I am going to add my new email. So I'm going to add an action email. And I'm going to call this Google Seller, intro email. And then I'm going to type into the template, Google Seller intro email. I'm going to view it, just make sure, see what it looks like. Okay. And then I can choose to run it immediately, but remember what's silly, I was going to say stupid, I'm going to try to use nicer words. What's silly about kvCore is if I run it immediately, I won't be able to see, because for some reason for me, I need to know that it happened, So when I look at a lead, I can't see that this happened. If I say run it immediately or even run it in an hour, I can't see that it happened because it happens on the same day. So what I always do is I say days and 1. So when I'm creating a campaign, I always have the campaign is actually going to start the next day after I get the lead. And it's okay. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Doesn't that kind of defeat the whole purpose of being there quick, responding quickly?
If you want it to go out in 1 minute, you can set it to 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that I can't see that it was sent. That bothers me. So I do have a couple campaigns out there that I do have it run immediately, and I tested it and I know they work, and I have those. I personally don't like it because right now in kvCore I can't see that it was sent. And I'll show you an example.
And on the CRM, but that's the only place.
Yeah, I have to go to each.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
No, I don't think you can.
Yeah, you can. If you send out, you can see the emails and stuff sent out on individual files.
Not if it's on the same day, James. I'm gonna prove it to you. Okay. So okay. So I'm gonna say add. So I'm adding that. Now, if I didn't like some of these, like this day 5 one, I'm gonna leave it. But if I didn't like it, I could click it off and just delete it. And again, add other tasks. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure it's active. All right. And we're good. And I'm just going to double check it. Let's make sure it is active. Even though I switched it, okay, it's active. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I just got a lead. Oh, I got to prove something to James. So here, let's fix it. Let's go back. I'm going to go back to my campaign, and I'm going to change it so it runs immediately. And then, and if I'm missing something and there is a way to see it, great. But I've argued with kvCore support about this. So, all right, so let's go back in and we are going to edit this so that it runs immediately. All right, and I'm just gonna okay. So this guy came in earlier. And that's somebody I don't have their name for. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna go to RPR and get their name. Oops, sorry. Okay, so here I am in RPR. There it is. Oh, it's pending. So this person wants to see. So it's somebody who is either buying it or selling it, or somebody who just wants to see what it's worth. So I can't see their, well, so that it's Steve. That's fine. We'll just pretend that it's not pending, just for this particular exercise. All right. So normally they're not going to be pending. Oops. They're going to be regular ones. So let's pretend this is this person. I'm going to change this after we're done, but I just for the purpose of right now. And let's say I want this campaign to be active. So I didn't set up a squeeze page, which I'm going to do before we end, because I know there's some new people on here about how I would set up the squeeze page for that particular campaign. But let's just add the campaign.
Oh, let me turn this off.
Okay, update. Okay, so notice when I put in Google Seller, it automatically added the campaign. Okay, and now I'm going to click on future touch points. So I see it shows me the next one, but does it show me anything that happened today? Nope. But I know that there was supposed to be an email that was sent today, run immediately, but it ain't there. So this is the other reason.
Now, Sylvia, here's the difference, though. I mean, I looked at a couple of mine. I don't do anything run immediately. I do things where it's 5 minutes or 15 minutes after, but I've got them on mine.
No, I swear you don't, because even if it's 5 minutes or an hour or 10 hours, it won't. If it shows you today, today, see, if it's today, it's not going to show you that as a future touch point. It's so dumb. Trust me, I have played with this.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to find one to show you, but so far you're proving me wrong.
I know. Well, you know.
Yourself up, because then it's going to affect everything else in your life in a negative way and set the tone. It's going to like poison.
Wait, sorry. Hold, please. All right. All right. So maybe they fixed it. I don't know. Okay. But if you find it, if you find one, you tell me.
No, well, I'll go through and look, but you know, I'm going back to Realty Juggler. No, just kidding.
Well, it's just there's things that
yeah, but see, but then again, I'm seeing on mine where I have had a couple, but then I've also was interacting with them, so I can't tell if that was a system doing it or that was me doing it.
So what I like about Realty Juggler, so I did this several times today. So like this woman here, I opened her valuation. And then what I did is I went into Realty Juggler. And it is a pain in the ass to do both, you guys. I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but I'm thankful that I can do what I can do with Realty Juggler. Oops, so let me show you. So for Heidi, here she is. So here I put her in as a prospect. I hit mail. I added the mail campaign I wanted, and then it created them. And then I clicked on the first one, and I could, because what it does automatically when you create campaigns in this system is it like goes 2 hours out, so, but you can adjust it to happen sooner, but then you can modify it. So then I could put in the link of her property report I made for her, and just, you know, and anything else I want to modify about that one for that first email for whatever reason. Like, for example, this is a distressed property, and I didn't do it in this email, but I modified a different email that talked about it being a distressed property and how I can help her. Whereas in kvCore, if I have a campaign, I can't modify that campaign for just that individual user. I have to modify the entire campaign that's going to affect everybody. Whereas in Realty Juggler, I can modify this campaign for this particular person, because these emails have been created for her. And if I change one email here, it's not going to affect the entire thing. So that's, you know, again, these things will eventually happen with kvCore. There's not to where I want it to be right now. So that's why I still do both. Okay.
Do you have to manually enter the people, though, from kvCore leads into Realty Juggler?
I do.
That's what I was going to ask. There's no way that it can automatically load in from kvCore to.
Oh, good Lord.
I think there's something fancy I could do with Zapier or whatever, Zapier, to make it do it.
But you would have to do it. It's not something kvCore could help us with if we had an outside source like that. You know,
I think the things like a program like Zapier.
Yeah.
I could have my leads automatically go into here, but I don't care. I just put it in there really quick. It takes me like 3 seconds because I'm fast, but I don't, you know, also my son, I can make my son do it. You know, but yes, with programs like Zapier, I could. There's also different links here. I could set up, there's like a lead link here, and I could set it up so anytime I got something in kvCore, I can automatically have it sent to come in as a new lead here. I'm just not that, it's just not something I want to spend my time to figure out right now. It works fine. I don't get like 50 leads a day on a regular basis to cause the problem. I get like 3 or 5 a day, which keeps me plenty busy, you know, because like for example, I've got, for all my seller leads, you know, I got like 16 so far in the last week. So I printed out all my flyers. I sent them out emails, and now I'm going to go tomorrow and deliver these flyers to all their houses. That's plenty. That's plenty. And I'm going to get a listing out of it, you know? So, you know, it's fine. So maybe if I had like a team and I needed to have it be fancy, I'll tell you how I do it when I get to that point, okay? All right.
Yeah, guess what it is
Maybe next time you do a video or a Zoom meeting, maybe you do like your process, right? You showed the little flyers that you do and what you do afterwards. Maybe that's a good topic for.
I do have a video on that kind of, but I will show you. I do have this. So this is my kvCore home valuation process. But I can make a video on this for you, Jane. So basically, I just ensure that seller campaign is on for kvCore. I have that campaign going too. I have the seller campaign still going for them. They're still in there. And then I go into RPR and I create a property report link. And then I create a text code in kvCore. And then I add the prospect Realty Juggler. Then I add a custom drip. And I print the flyer, and ta-da! And then here's my text code my text copy that I use. But yeah, I'll do a video on that. It sounds fun.
But I'm thinking, like, you know, you say you like go to them, like do you show up at their houses, like, and go there with like a report, knock on the door? Do you do that?
Yeah. So I got these little door hangers, okay? And I take the flyer
Stop.
and, okay, and I fold it in half like this long so they can see all the important things here. And then I put it in here. And then I have I still have leftover holiday calendars, so I just rip it off to the month that I'm on with my card and my magnet and stick it in there too with like some candy. And then I go knock on the door. And if they answer, I say, hey, you requested your home valuation on my website the other day. Are you thinking of selling? Here's your value. And and now, and that's what I do. And I've been doing this just for about a month. And so once a week I go and do that. Now that I'm getting so many seller leads on a consistent basis. And when I say so many, I mean like 10 to 15 to 16. I got 16 this week, but that's nice. So, yeah. Now, and if you really want to get fancy, I started, if you're a little nervous about going to their door or you're worried about how they're going to react, you go to the dollar store and you get the balloons for $1. Mm-hmm. And then when you're walking up to the door, you have a balloon. Right. And then people are like, oh, she has a balloon that she seems nice. I'm going to answer. And then they're happy. They smile. This is the first thing they do is they smile when they see the balloon.
And surprise.
Unless they have like a clown phobia, and then maybe that won't work.
Yeah.
Right.
What I'm more interested in,
𝗰𝗹𝗂𝗀𝗖𝗋.
what you said about how you're getting so many seller leads. Do tell. Why don't you do a video on that? How are you getting those seller leads?
I think it's for my Google business page. And so
I'd like to know more about your Google business page.
So let's go Google my business. You guys have to have this.
Okay.
So go to Google My Business and make sure your business is on there.
Do you have it as an official location, in other words, your home, or do you leave that off, that component?
No, I don't have it as my home.
Okay.
So what I did is there's a couple things I'm thinking about doing. Like right now with my P.O. box, there's a new service that the post office is offering that you can use a street address now, like you can at the UPS store. So like if you get a post office box at the UPS store, you can use it like a street address because they give you a suite number. But it looks like, because I just renewed my P.O. box last month, and it looks like they're offering the same thing. I just have to sign up for it. I just haven't done it yet. So what I did when I created my Google My Business page is I didn't show where, my exact location, but I do have my my P.O. box number on there, and I think I have my broker address too because I have to.
Yeah, I started to say maybe a broker address would work.
Yeah, but then
I
don't want that on there because
you want it personal.
Because my broker address is like 2 hours away.
Well, that's what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I just have it as this right now as my location. But let's see if we can see what my page looks like.
One thing we have to be concerned about doing, which is fine. I have mine, but I have personal office on it. We got to be very careful on how we do our addresses on there as far as state law goes, because the state can see that as a branch office. And if you're not a licensed associate broker with a branch office, you're in conflict with the state, and it's a huge fine for that. The EXP will get hit hard. So just tiptoe lightly. What she's doing is fine on here, but you can't put it down like it's an office, like a 𝘃𝗏𝗄𝗎𝘃 office or a Century 21, because if you don't have associates in a branch office or whatever license, it's actually illegal.
So here's what I've got. Here's what it is. I need to try to get more reviews. But I can edit my business information here.
We can all hop on this and I give you 5 stars, okay? Everybody?
Let's see how I can show you. Edit my, ooh, I gotta add my appointment link. That's fun. I do have one. So here's my overview. Let's see. I'm trying to remember how to show you the whole thing.
I've done these for communities, but I've not done it for an individual realtor. So neighborhoods, I've done it. Yeah.
I selected this whole area.
I feel like we need a whole other like Zoom meeting on this because I just tried to do that and I can't use a PO box and I don't want to use my house address. So I feel like we need
I did it. How did I do it? So I actually used my PO box to verify my address and everything.
Mine won't let me do that. It said PO boxes can't verify.
Yeah, that's what mine says. PO boxes, you have to have a actual street address.
But I think that they verified your street address, but I think there's a choice where you can put it so that it's not visible.
Exactly.
That your address is private.
It uses it just to verify, but then doesn't show up.
Right.
That's what I did.
Right. It just shows it as a verifiable, but it doesn't show it to the public.
Gotcha.
That way we're not out of compliance anywhere.
So
That makes sense. That would be good.
You can create posts here. And,
Yeah.
Create buttons and to get your instant home value.
God, I got to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's so much to do.
Oh, tell me about. Are we selling homes? Oh, excuse me. That's right. Pardon me.
I mean, like, I've only been with EXP 3 weeks, and I'm already like, oh my gosh. I was like,
No, Elaine, don't get overwhelmed. I did the same thing. And the thing is, Sylvia has an amazing checklist of like on Trello too, right, Sylvia?
Well, that's
all of the things that you need to do, just one step at a time, and you'll get there. I did the same thing. I was super overwhelmed. I was like, I don't think this is for me. I think I need to go to regular.
I think it's for me. I just think that I feel like a kid in a candy store and I can't pick what candy to eat first. That's
I like that. That's good. Lane, I like that.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited because I'm very techie. So I love all this technology, and I'm coming from a Keller Williams office, which they just launched a system that it just did not work. And every day it was so frustrating because you can't get things done because it just didn't work. So here, everything just works too good. So there's so many, like from one little tool, you open it up and you got 10 more and you're like, oh my God.
Absolutely. Well, so yeah, if you're in my Dum Dum's Guide to EXP group, the pin post says start here, links to everything EXP, and you basically just follow each link down to discover all the tools till you're set up. And you guys, as you're discovering more things that EXP offers, please tell me because I'm already missing things because they keep adding things. So let me make sure I answer some questions before we, so really quick, campaigns. So basically, I want to show you before we end, somebody remind me, I've got to show you how to do a squeeze page with a Google hashtag. Okay, anyway. Okay, big question, can you send a test for these campaigns? Jane, on the test for the campaign for kvCore, yeah, you can make yourself a test email. James, what were you going to say?
I'm good.
Oh, I thought you were raising. I thought you were raising your hand.
No, I bought my.
Chime in late. Are leads from Facebook ads? No, my leads are from a variety of places because I post everywhere and on everything. I post in blog posts. I post on Facebook. I post on Google My Business. I post on Nextdoor. I send it in an email. It's on my email signature. I don't know. I have another website. It's everywhere. Okay? So it's not just from Facebook. But yes, I have those. Okay. Harvey, you just loaded some of your better experiences from Real to Jugger because you have such a good campaign to reacquaint myself with this group. I don't know. Harvey, I don't know what you mean. Oh, your sphere?
I think he means like a good campaign to like reintroduce yourself if you've been out of touch with people for a while.
So
Yeah,
there,
that's a good one.
that's a whole other thing, but I'm going to give you the quick and dirty. You're going to go to EXP Marketing Center. And then what you're going to do is once you're in EXP Marketing Center, you got to log in with your passport. Hang on. I just want to show you. Excuse me. And we're going to type in letter and see. That's a whole nother class too, by the way.
No, I can't see myself with having a Zoom weekly, yearly training every.
Well, I mean, we've got people on here doing this since last summer, so it's fine. So somewhere, I think there's a new agent letter. So what you can do is you can click on the new agent letter and just grab the copy.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to edit. We're going to letter body. So you can, edit it and just let them know, hey, you're with EXP now, blah, blah, blah. This is what I do, blah, blah, blah. And then what you can do is copy that text and go into kvCore and create a new template in Marketing Autopilot. And this is actually something I've been wanting to do too. And then you go to you're going to create a new template that says like, now with EXP is going to be your name of your template, and you're going to create a new email template. And then in the email, you're going to, copy the, you're going to edit the copy how you want it. And then you're going to add 2 squeeze pages. You're going to add a seller squeeze page for an instant home value. And you're going to add a search homes multi-property squeeze page for people to start searching homes. And you're going to, in the email, invite people to check out your new website by getting their instant home value or starting to search homes, whatever. But give them, or a market report, or whatever it is, have some kind of squeeze page to get them to start interacting with your website.
So would you create that template, send it out, you'd upload your sphere, your database, right, that you have of people, you'd upload it into kvCore, send that email to all those people. The links to those squeeze pages would then trigger the other kvCore campaigns that you have automated for seller and buyer?
Oh, so we're getting really philosophical here now, but this is the fun part. So let's say, okay, I am going to send an email from kvCore to my whole sphere and just say, hey, I want you to check out my new website. If you didn't know, I'm now with eXp Realty. Check out my new website. I'm so excited that I'm doing all these things in real estate, blah, 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 blah. And here's a seller, here, get your instant home value link, search homes link, get our county market report link, okay, those 3 links. And in each squeeze page that you make, you can give it the hashtag of Sphere email July 2019 or Sphere July 2019, something. And then you can create a campaign that specifically is following up with those people that click on it. Like, oh my gosh, thanks so much for checking out my website. Blah, 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 blah. That's a whole other class, isn't it?
That is a whole other class, Sylvia.
Yeah. We'll do, so what we're going to do is we're in the Marketing Autopilot, and you're going to go to schedule mass email.
Okay.
And schedule the email, and you can send an email to everybody in your sphere. Pick the date, pick the time, choose the template because you just created this beautiful template for them.
Okay.
Give it a subject line, but the template's already going to be there. So let's say I want this one. The template's already going to be in there because you just made it for your July sphere campaign. And you're going to give it a subject line and you're scheduling it. You're going to preview it, make sure it looks good, and you're going to schedule it. And that's what you're going to do. So, and then, in that email, you can make sure all those beautiful links aren't in there. I'm checking here what you need to know before making an offer. I just wanted to show this to you. This is a pretty one. Look at that.
That's
You want
super pretty.
I love your photo. Where did you get it done, Sylvia? It is so beautiful. I love your photo.
A lender did it for me. A lender hired a photographer. So,
wow, it's beautiful. They did an excellent job. Well, you're beautiful anyway, but it did a really good job.
and also didn't, I had my makeup done and my hair and, whatever.
Well, we all, we don't look the best right now, so it doesn't matter. But it's a good job.
Thank you. So finally, I'm clicking on Lead Engine because I just want to show you how I might make one of these squeeze pages for that secure email we're going to send, or for that Google seller thing we're going to send. So let's say I'm going to create this IDX squeeze page right here. And I am going to create that seller squeeze page for Google. And the source is going to be Google. And I'm going to give it the hashtag of Google seller. Look at that. And I'm going to put it in Kent County. This is where I live, and I want to do the whole county. And I'm going to generate the link. Now notice the two links, the direct link and the short link. Now, you can save both of these links.
Okay.
But once this goes away, you're not going to see this again. So like if you want to be super savvy, you can screenshot this and then put it in your notes so you can see how you built it.
Okay.
But notice the direct link, this bigger link. It tells me it's a seller squeeze page. It tells me it's for the area of Kent County. It tells me the source is Google, and I added the hashtag of Google seller. So the link itself tells me what it is and how it was built. But if I only save this short link, and that's the link that I save in my notes, and then I paste it in to the URL, you see that it automatically converts to what the long link is. So I'm always going to have that long link as long as I save the short link. And what James will tell you is when you're posting links, you always want to post this long link as a safe measure. And he will tell you that he saves his links, which I started to do with some things. He saves his links, his long links, not his short links, in 𝗵𝗿.
Mm-hmm. I create my own links, yeah.
Yeah, he saves all his squeeze page links in here. And you know what? It is super nice. So I started doing that too.
You have to pay for a subscription to 𝗵𝗿 to do that?
No, you get 1,000 links for free in your database.
Wow.
And it's for free. But one of the things that you can do too, if you're code savvy, if you look at the code on there, you can actually take links and modify them right from the copy and paste there. See where HTTPS and all that, the docs and all that. There's some links you can do where you can just go in and just rewrite the zip code number on there and it changes the whole link. But that's whatever.
Okay, James, this is kvCore for dum-dums, okay?
We won't get into coding stuff. So
that's another Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, one more site that I need to think about. See what I'm telling you?
But you don't.
You don't have to.
But I know, but it's good to have it. But that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things that you open.
So like right now, here's my link, okay? And I'm going to 𝗵𝗿. I'm going to create it. I'm going to paste the long code.
You want to put the long link in there, not the short one.
Exactly. I paste the long code, and I'm going to customize this, and I'm going to say Google seller. And I can have it as long as nobody else has it. Look at that. So now I have it. There's my link. And I can save it. And what's extra cool about it is when you use this link, and you use that link to post it, then what happens is you can start seeing the clicks. How many people click. So I just created this one. I only got one because I just created it, but I think I have some more of that. So like this one, when I sent this one out, 61 clicks. That was cool to see. I was like, oh, that's fun. 52 clicks, you know. So it's kind of cool. You know, I liked the idea. So it actually is a good way to save your links. I love it. So it actually might end up saving you time, Elaine.
What's nice too is like all your stuff from like I use Keeping Current Matters. There's another one. But like your buyers, sellers, and millennial guides and all the stuff you want to keep, it gives you a place to put everything in one spot, so you don't have to keep on looking for it everywhere else.
Oh yeah, because that's like, I see an email that I get, or like somebody just send it, especially in the work groups, they put a post, but at that moment you don't have time to do what it's asking you to do right there, or something cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, oh my gosh, what was it?
Mm-hmm.
And you have to scroll and start looking for it. So this way it's cool. Okay.
So I wanted before, hopefully, there's one more thing I want to show you, and then we can have like some final goodbyes, and I can make sure I answered everybody's question. This is some campaigns that I have. Somebody asked for agent attraction campaign.
Because tomorrow I'm meeting 5 realtors tomorrow.
And so this campaign, this is if you meet and you tell them about eXp.
Okay.
So this is a campaign designed for you to send to them after you present the model to them.
Okay.
So I say create the following 5 templates, then create agent campaign to activate. When agent attraction hashtag is added to lead, then add these templates to the campaign. So I've got agent attraction day 1. It's just like, hey, good talking to you today, you know, and then you put your joining link here. Mm-hmm. And then day 3 is like join me in the EXP world. And this is, they can check out the calendar of the training calendar, and then ask you for a pass. This one is check out, we're on the NASDAQ, check out expworldholdings.com. And
so Sylvia, where do we get this information?
Right now.
Did you right here? Okay. Well, I mean, okay, on your drive. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
𝗍𝗶𝗄𝗏.
Share it with you right now. And I've shared this a few other times, so.
Okay.
Oh, please, thank you, because I will. I'm meeting 5 realtors tomorrow.
Okay,
that's
awesome.
Great. That is great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. So I already downloaded the presentation on my laptop, everything, and I've been looking through it and reading it out loud, so I already know what's coming. So I don't want to sound like I've only been there for 3 weeks. I'm trying to sound like I'm more.
Wow, that is great. Okay, agent attraction. There you go. You got that.
Yeah, so that's a public folder. Anybody can view that. And then what you guys can do, you could when you see one that you like, you can open it up, and then you can just go here to File, and then make a copy once it loads. Go to File, and then you can make a copy for yourself, or just copy the whole, all of it, and do whatever. So, okay. So there's.
Okay, so this is, excuse me, I'm backing up a little bit. So it's in box.google.com. So this is not in a specific EXP file, right?
It's just a my shared Google Drive folder. So when you open this up, it's going to show you the entire folder. See, so I shared the whole folder with you.
Okay.
Okay. But how do I get to this address?
Click on it.
Here.
In the chat box here.
Oh, it's in the chat box. Oh, duh. Thank you. Okay. That's what I needed.
You're welcome, Hart. All right. Was there any other? It's 9 o'clock, you guys. I'm tired.
I know. It's time to go to bed.
Is there
I
anything?
sent you an email.
You sent me an email?
I sent you an email. What that is, if you want to copy and paste it, I indeed a referral letter that I got from another company.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to share it on the template page, but it wouldn't share out right. So, but I sent you an email of that script, of the script on there, or the letter.
Okay, and I can add it. You want me to add it to the?
You can share it if you want to. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm going to add more campaigns over time to that folder, you guys.
James.
Oh, thank you so much.
James.
And that's a letter that goes to your sphere, by the way, friends and family letter. Asking.
James,
Yes,
is it something that you can put into the chat box and then we can just copy and go to it?
Hold, please.
Is that doable? Is it a link?
I'm gonna, well, if you guys keep, I think the easiest way to do it, if Sylvia can just, when we get a chance to steal it, that's, we can probably just put that in the,
In the share folder.
yeah. Yeah, I was trying to get the template to share out to the public, but it wouldn't do it.
So watch this. Just watch.
Well, you're gonna create a doc right on the spot, aren't you?
Right
Yes.
now, man.
Done deal.
So.
I have to space it out, but that letter came from a friend of mine that pays like, I don't know, a couple $100 a month. And that was one of the letters he had me read, and I R&D'd it, so.
What do you call you? R&D'd it?
Yeah, that's a Tom Ferry thing. It's rip off and duplicate.
Oh, okay.
Rip off and duplicate.
Yeah, it's a real estate term. We don't do research and development. We don't have time for that. We just steal it.
Yep.
All right. So, referral.
And I have those things. Now, one thing I was going to say that's different too, and everybody can see, everybody has their own way. Whenever I create templates themselves, I always have a naming convention for my templates, and I put my 3 initials in front of them. So if I want to send out, like, I've got a couple, like, you know, are you still looking for like individual stuff, or if I'm trying to build campaigns, all I do is type in my JSB and it pulls up all of my templates that I've made. It's because it separates away from the company stuff and the stuff that everybody, because if we got a lot of agents that are sharing templates, you got to go through 500 templates to find your stuff.
That's true.
So that's how I do it. Again, but I started doing that before we had the wall in kvCore, where we saw everything from everybody.
Yeah, I missed that so much.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Some of that was good.
So anyway, okay, you guys. So that's enough. It is 9:13.
Thank you. Very informative.
Go have a glass of wine, Sylvia.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to end the meeting. Bye,
Thanks.
guys.
Bye.
Thank you, James.